I'll tell you this right now. If a man doesn't experience these things in a marriage, there's a pretty good chance that he's going to walk away. You'll want to pay attention to these. Now, the first thing that men want in a marriage is this feeling of admiration and respect from their wife. See, so many instances I see men and I hear from men talking about how they just don't feel like their wife respects them or has any real belief in them on any level. And that is like being castrated for a man. He wants to feel like his woman just believes in him completely. He wants to know, even if he's going through the toughest times, that his woman has complete faith in him. And the thing is, it's not just about the language. You don't have to even say a word to him. But if you believe in him, if you feel that on the inside, he will then pick up on that. But obviously, if you say the words, it then adds more weight to it. A lot of men need to have that feeling of being respected and feeling significant and feeling unique. There is nothing greater. And whether that's your feelings about him physically, whether that's you talking him up in terms of his work or just his character as a person, as a man, or how strong he is as a man, just be creative with these things. Because the more of it that you can do, and not in an awkward way where you're just like showering him with compliments all the time, but picking the right moments, knowing when the right times to do it, and feeling it. Not just doing it in an inauthentic way, doing it in an authentic way. If you do that, and you're raising that level of admiration, respect for him, he's going to want to be around you. He's going to want to be around that energy. Equally though, if there is criticism, if there is control, then he's not going to want to be around that energy much. And he's going to find other areas and other avenues to feel significant. Now, the second desire that he has is that you have a desire, an authentic desire for intimacy with him. Sometimes in marriages, it can almost feel like the woman is just engaging in sex because she feels obligated to. Or she's actually using it as some form of leverage to get the things that she wants. I know it's a little bit of an uncomfortable topic to talk about, but it is the reality of what often happens. He's going to want you to genuinely want to be intimate with him. And that doesn't have to actually just be sex. It can be, being together in bed, lying together naked, cuddling up, talking, all of that stuff. It's all part of the package. And it's very important that there is an authenticity to it, that there's a genuine desire to want to do those things. Otherwise, he's going to feel like you don't really want it. And then that's going to make him feel emasculated. It's going to make him feel less of a man. And then, he's going to try and once again find those feelings somewhere else in his life. Now, equally, for a lot of women in that situation, they're doing that because they don't have their own emotions and their own feelings kind of lifted up and elevated. So the question is who actually steps up first? And so that can often be a very difficult situation as well. So I completely empathize if this is something that's happening in your life. But this is where somebody has to take the lead. One person has to connect with the feelings that they've got for that person. Almost take yourself back to when you first got together with this man. Or, this is a bit of a dark thought, but imagine that this is the last time that you're going to see him. How would you be? How would you operate? Often in personal development circles, they sort of talk about how would you live if today was your last day? And you kind of have to think of it in that way sometimes. You've got to say, well, what would I do if this was the last day that I was with him? How would I actually operate with him? What would I do? How would I be? How would I act? Open the heart. Be your best self. Find love and compassion and empathy and admiration for this man. Have a desire for him. And then that can slowly start to open the door for him as well to really give back. And that's when you can start to open up more dialogue, more communication, and start to share what your needs are. But if one person's holding back and the other person's holding back, then no one takes the initiative, no one takes the lead, then problems start to arise. So really start to take the lead on that front. And finally, if there's too much masculine energy in the marriage from the wife, then that is also going to be a trait that he's going to want to run away from. What I mean by that, if there is too much control, if there's too many demands, if there are too many examples of disrespect, if that is happening on a regular basis and it's forcing him to shut down and him feeling like he's afraid of being able to speak his truth and what's important to him, if he's feeling like that, then that's not going to help the cause, because what's happening there is reverse polarity is being created. See, in a relationship, there needs to be the balance of masculine and feminine energies. The masculine man, typically speaking, and a feminine woman. When those worlds collide, there is a spark. What happens though is typically women will generally, under stress, revert to the masculine, and masculine men will revert to the feminine under stress. So then we create this reversal of roles, and then that starts to create all sorts of problems. Men start to feel like, well, you know what, I'm just being dominated. And then women often feel like, well, this guy is just not stepping up for me. And so you start to create a whole bunch of issues within the relationship. So really important to bring forth your femininity. Really radiate with love and light and joy. And that's why we have to do all the inner healing work. Because the inner healing work allows us to effectively get back to what we call ground zero and be our authentic self. Almost like how we came into this world. We came in pure love. We didn't have fear. We didn't have all of the negative conditioning that we've experienced over the last, 30, 40, 50 years or however long we've been on this planet. We want to get back to that ground zero. So we're being our authentic self and really starting to bring love and light into our lives. And when you do that, you bring more of that, once again, he's going to want to be around you because you radiate this beautiful energy. And that's a really contagious experience for a lot of men. My wife, she radiates the energy so much. It's beautiful to be around. I love it. We have so much fun. We're very playful. We have tough times like any other marriage, but we know how to get out of those tough times. We know how to actually move forward and create that special connection. So bring forth the admiration and respect. Allow there to be a sincere desire for intimacy and really radiate that feminine energy. And your husband is going to be your biggest raving fan. So if you've liked this video, make sure you hit that like button below. If you want to get more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any comments or questions, make sure you write them below and I'll make sure I respond to every single one of you. Now, as I mentioned, the healing journey can be a little bit difficult from time to time, and I think it's important that you do focus on that. So I'd encourage you to just check this video above, and I'll walk you through a few steps that you need to do in order to really heal from within so that you can be your best self on this journey of yours. I wish you nothing but the best in your marriage. God bless, and I'll talk to you in the next video.